Welcome back to Noodlenomics. So today I'm going to be walking through transactions and reconciliations for the first week of February. Let's jump in. All right, so let's go through some transactions. I'm going to put in a few things that happened this week and then also changed a couple things in my budget, at least in terms of like accounts, just so that it's a little easier for my brain. So I'll show you that towards the end of the video. So I transferred some money from my second checking account to my main one. I am trying to actually move everything to just one checking account. It's been really difficult for me to kind of remember where things are, especially when I'm holding, right, like money month over month in a checking account, like say towards subscriptions or things like that. So yeah, I'm trying to consolidate it down, and that'll make it a little bit easier, especially since also trying to break the habit of like looking at my checking account balance as a way to make decisions and rather using YNAB, and really leaning into this concept that like once things are funded, then it's good to spend out of that account or use the money towards what it's funded for. So yeah, I just need to kind of clean things up on my end. So putting in a few transactions here, just things that happened this week, and reconciling to the balance that's there. I need to move a few more things. Basically, I'm trying to transfer over recurring payments that used to happen out of that second account to the main account, and I have to wait for the test like kind of transactions to happen in order to make sure that I can. So I've still left a buffer in that second account of things that I know will get pulled out just in case they don't get pulled out from this main account. So that's okay. By the end, hopefully, of February, I'll have all of that cleaned up. And then that way, going forward, I only have to worry about things being in one place. Yeah, much easier that way. I already have too many savings categories, but that's okay. Those will remain as they are just because, again, when it comes to savings, my brain works a little bit better when things are broken up rather than just having one large pot. So the next thing I'm doing here after I reconciled my banks is I'm just going to fully fund my mom's birthday gift for this month, or like the contribution that I'm setting aside for this month. And then that way that actually adds up to what I have in my sinking funds set aside. All right. The other things I'm doing is I'm moving my investment holdings. I realize that if I do this later in the month, I sometimes like forget the correct amount I'm supposed to move. So I may as well just do it now. It's all at the same bank, even though these earn, a high yield in the savings account. So it's a little easier for me to just see it in one place. And then I think I need to move a couple other things as well. So I've moved my investment holdings. I've moved my long-term emergency fund monthly kind of contribution, and transferred money to my new car savings, but that has not cleared yet. So I will clear it once that happens. All right, so on the left here now you can see I've added two new categories. The deductible for my health plan, right, my yearly annual deductible amount, and my home maintenance. I decided to separate these out into different buckets in my bank just so that it's a little easier for me to not have to manually calculate what needs to sit in like that long-term emergency fund one bucket. And that also means I can set up like automatic transfers to those two buckets on a monthly basis on the first of the month, because that's when I fund those. So I can direct it and I don't have to like go in and say, okay, set this aside, write myself memos. It's a cleaner process. So I am going to just make sure that all of these balances match kind of the available amounts in YNAB. And they should. I'm going to rearrange some of these just so that my brain can see the order correctly. And yeah, so all of these match. And then this total for rainy day readiness is split between 2 accounts, but I have it set up that way, and I'm going to continue to do that until the time comes when maybe it doesn't make sense. And I'll move new car down to the bottom just because it's lowest on my budget. Cool. That's it for this week. I really appreciate you joining. Thanks again for being here. It would be awesome if you could hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, get notified when I post new videos, and as always, I'll see you on the next episode of Noodlenomics.